You're watching the July edition of the Library Roadshow, everything you need to know about your local library system. Joining me today is Jill Garner, founder and executive director of Manners of the Heart. Jill is also the guiding force behind the BRRespect project. Okay, Jill, what is with all those hashtag BRRespect signs I see when I'm driving around town?
Well, I'm glad you see them. I hope everyone's seeing
They're
everything.
very visible.
I hope so. I hope so. That was the purpose. The idea behind all of this actually started more than 2 years ago. And when we started looking at truly fulfilling our mission, as our nonprofit mission statement says, that we are here to equip schools, encourage families, and engage communities in what we call heart education. And we were doing that with our elementary school curriculum, teaching character and helping children make the right choices and grow up to become all they're meant to be. We were doing that by encouraging families and helping them to raise respectful children in the midst of our terribly disrespectful world. And we were also accomplishing the mission of engaging our communities in heart education through the business of manners. So as we looked at fulfilling that full mission, we thought there's still one component missing. And the missing component we felt became BRRespect, which was to be a community-wide movement that engages every sector of the community, every age, every ethnicity, socioeconomic standings, as we terribly talk too much about in Baton Rouge, every zip code, and everyone could be engaged in, and that's how BRRespect movement was born.
And the neat thing about this is it really does cross the board.
It does.
And we can all participate. It doesn't take any money.
Right.
It just takes a little bit of intention, doesn't it?
Oh, I love that word, Mary, intention. That's really what we're about. Is at the beginning you said, you know, what is this all about? It's so visible. That's what we wanted it to be. We wanted to just start people to think about, take a moment, and we just taught a lesson last week at one of the Gloryland Baptist Church for their summer camp program, and we were talking with middle school and high school kids, and we taught them to stop, breathe, think, and act. And I guess that's really what we're doing with BRRespect movement. We want people to stop, take a breath, think before you take an action, and think about what you're getting ready to say, think about what you're getting ready to do, and is that going to be a positive thought, word, action? Is it going to be a negative thought, word, or action? And then on top of that, in the Pledge of Respect, we talk about that we're doing all this for the sake of our posterity.
That's right. So we are building a community.
We're building a community, and something that we hope our children and their children will be proud to call home. And so we want people to stop, breathe, think, and act for the sake of the children, because every word we speak or every action we take, if it's in the presence of a child, we have just taught a life lesson.
That's right. It's going in there.
That's right.
And sooner or later, it's going to come out.
That's right.
So we want to be very mindful of what we are modeling. And some of the examples are just as simple as, for June, it was respect your neighborhood. July, the theme is respect your country.
Yes.
So what are some of the ways we can respect our country?
Well, some of those good deeds, and each week, I'll just explain that part of it. Each week within this movement, we have a good deed.
And I hear you on the radio. It reminding me to do my good deeds.
To do your good deeds. I hope my voice doesn't become haunting.
No.
It's
only
in
a good way.
I hope so. So this, the month of July, we're starting out by honoring the flag, which is, you know, the greatest symbol of our country, of what we were founded on, and the freedom and the liberty that we have as Americans. And so we're talking about the whole first week on how we respect our flag and what that looks like in many different ways. Then the second week, we're going to talk about civility and morality. Very difficult topic.
It is.
But part of our mission statement, again, the beginning of that mission statement leading into heart education, is to bring a return of respect and civility to our society. And so the second week, we're going to talk about that, and we're going to look at where we've fallen short and what we can do to change that and to bring back the civility that we've so lost.
That's right.
And then the third week, we're going to move on and talk about how we can thank our military. I've been working on those radio minutes you mentioned, and been doing a lot of research about when you ask the military and those serving in the military, how can we thank you? the answers they give are very different, I think, than most of us would first take thought of.
Okay.
And so we're going to really talk about that, particularly in the radio minutes, about each day there's going to be something very different that third week on ways we can thank the military, hopefully in ways that we had not thought of before.
Right.
Then we're going to close out the month of July talking about respecting our country by taking a deep look at the preamble.
Okay.
And teaching our children the preamble word for word, like we all memorized when we were growing up in school.
Right.
And maybe it would be a refresher course. I admit it has been for me, a refresher course for all of us, and look at some of those founding documents of our country.
Okay, well, to find out more about Manners of the Heart, Baton Rouge Respect, the Pledge of Respect, where do people go?
You know where it is. It's at our website. Very easy to find, mannersoftheheart.org. You'll find the pledge. In fact, you have to get past the pledge to find anything else on the website right now because we're so committed to have our community sign on. And
we have pledges hanging in libraries all over the parish. And if you want to even write on the pledge, you can. We have some signature cards there for you. So this is such a simple, it's a truly elegant idea, and all we need to do is just go beyond lip service and embrace respect. So thank you so much for this brainchild and working through the process with us. After the break, author Tony Teeple, plus we have book reviews with one of our youngest library patrons. All that and more coming up next.